Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about PYR and I'm going to be looking at a bullish pattern on the PYR Bitcoin ratio. I'm also going to be covering some key support and resistance areas as well as some moving averages on both the PYR Bitcoin and PYR USD pairs. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, by the way, feel free to check out our sponsors in the link in the description below. This channel is partnered with FTX.us. All right, so I'm going to start off here on the PYR Bitcoin ratio, and as I said, I really do see a very bullish pattern playing out here for PYR Bitcoin, where we're in this ascending triangle pattern with a rising line of support. So you can see PYR Bitcoin has been forming these higher lows every few weeks, coming down, retesting the trend line, and then bouncing off at a higher valuation than the previous low. So that is our support. And you can see we've been coming up to the same level of resistance right around this area at 20,000 satoshi. So if we go back here to July as well as August, again, that is the level where we had all of these rejections off of. This is where PYR Bitcoin formed those highs and then ultimately went back down to form that higher low. But right now we are pressing up on that level and we're starting to have the initial signs of a breakout where we do have PYR Bitcoin coming up above this level for the first time since the attempt back in August. Now, notice how these attempts in August also had a closing price that was below this level. Even though the wick got above it, there was really no confirmation. We had the closing price coming back down under it, and that formed the rejection. So what I want to see going forward for PYR is if we can start to have some daily candle closes above this region, ideally consolidating and then hopefully flipping it into support from there. And then if we can start to continue, that is going to be a very bullish sign, and this is going to confirm the breakout in the ascending triangle pattern. Now, if not, if we do start to reject similar to these attempts back earlier on a few months ago, then I would just look out for this support to see if we can form a higher low. Another thing I want to talk about is this blue line on the chart. This is the 200-day simple moving average, and this is an area that PYR Bitcoin has been below ever since this rejection back earlier on in April. So that is a very long period of time to be below a 200-day average, and you can see that PYR Bitcoin is starting to break back above this with yesterday's daily candle close above this 200-day average, again, the first time since back earlier on in April. So that is very significant, and to be bullish, what I want to see going forward is some consolidation, some further confirmation where I want to see PYR Bitcoin hold this moving average and remain above it. Ideally, if we flip it into support and a retest, that would be even more bullish. So that's what I'm going to be watching out for specifically into the next few weeks with PYR Bitcoin. Now I want to switch over here to the USD pair. Now on the USD pair, I've got three key levels outlined. This support ranging from $3 to $3.25, and then this resistance ranging from $5.30 to $5.60, and then lastly this last resistance zone around $8. So that is a lot of zones, but I really just do want to focus on these two areas first because that is the range that PYR Bitcoin has been in since we entered this back in May. So that represents a period of approximately 150 days, almost 5 months now. PYR has been consolidating from the range lows at $3 to the range highs at $5.40. And basically PYR has just been oscillating back from the highs to lows to the highs to lows. And what I'm looking out for specifically is if PYR can actually start to break above this resistance and really start to flip this back into support. And if we do have a breakout like that, that is again going to very much support the bullish argument. And something that could happen is maybe if the PYR Bitcoin ratio continues higher, that could bring a lot of relative strength into this pair, and that could start pushing it up above this level. And if we do start to break out above this range, the next area I'm going to be looking at is this resistance around $8. That was previous support back here in January, as well as March, and then lastly this bounce in May. But that still is much further out from here. We still have to break above the resistance before we can start to target that level around $8. And I really do want to stress on the fact that PYR on the USD pair is basically just in this consolidating and sideways environment. We really can't take away too much until we either break below the support or break above the resistance. And until that happens, we're still just within this range, and I still expect PYR to just have this sideways period. And again, if PYR Bitcoin does start to break out here, that could signal that a lot of relative strength could be coming into this pair and might have a move back up to the range highs. So I hope you guys did enjoy the content and the analysis. By the way, once again, check out our sponsors in the link in the description below. If you sign up through my referral code SNOWYCRYPTO or through the link in the description below, you can get a 5% discount on exchange fees over at FTX.us. It's a great exchange. I do recommend checking them out. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.